The last two videos I made were about Juice and X, so the only reasonable video to make next is this one. And plus somebody commented about it, so I have to do it. So if you want to see a video about a certain topic or a certain person, just comment down below. But enough stalling, on to the video. Stokely Cleavon Goldburn, otherwise known as Ski Mask the Slump God, was born 1996. And growing up, he lived with his parents, although they would get divorced when he was very young. So he ended up spending a lot of time with his grandma and his mom. But when he was with his dad influenced him to listen to rap and eventually become a rapper himself. You see, his dad was pretty hardcore into music. His dad even made music himself. And he eventually told Ski, don't even worry about school, just do music, which is a great influence, right? But it ended up working out, so it's fine. Moving on to when X first went to high school, the first time he really got in trouble was when he got expelled for selling fake lean. I mean, technically he didn't really do anything wrong because he wasn't selling any illegal drugs, he was just finessing some kids. But anyways, he was expelled. Eventually after this, he would move schools and he would be caught with weed at school, and then he would eventually go to jail. And that's where he would meet XXX Tentacion, which is weird because I just made a video about X, and this is where these two videos cross over. I'm going to leave a link for that video in the description if you want to hear about the story of X.
We met in jail.
We met in jail.
And the last met in jail, started rapping together type shit.
Him and X would always rap in jail just because there was nothing else to do, and that's where they found their love for music. The first song that Ski would ever publish was called Broly, and it was of course featuring X, his best friend at the time. A lot of the Ski Mask the Slump God videos are kind of tailored toward Juice and X, so I really want to stray away from talking about them too much, especially since my last two videos were literally about Juice and X. But X is really just a crucial part of this part of the story, so. After X got out of jail, they formed a rap group called Very Rare, which consisted of X, Ski, and 3 other people, but the group would later expand. They all made music that was all in a new, interesting style, which helped them stand out. They were in Florida performing at party after party, with X usually being the forefront of all the events. So X was clearly on the way up, but so was Ski because everyone was recognizing his talent. This is also around the same time that he actually started to go by the name Ski Mask the Slump God. And if you've ever thought to yourself, what does Ski Mask the Slump God mean? He explained in an interview.
It to stand for what I'm about. So it's like ski mask. What does a ski mask stand for? Any means necessary, really. Like that's basically what it was for. And then the Slump God, it was just a lot like a different time in my life where Xanax was a bit like.
He explained this on a video titled Mom Interviews Ski Mask the Slump God, a pretty popular interview series titled Mom Interviews Blank, where a mom interviews a bunch of popular people that you may know. Anyways, Ski, X, and their whole music group continues to release music, slowly becoming more popular over time. Just this huge group of upcoming artists with a bunch of talent, and they were all popping off. They would get a pretty good buzz in the rap scene, but where they would really take it to the next level is when X released Look At Me, his breakout song. X went to the top and he took everyone else with him. And this would be signified by X making it onto the No Jumper podcast, but he didn't go alone. Sitting right next to him was Ski Mask the Slump God, and in the room was the rest of the Rarest music group.
I am XXX Tentacion.
I'm Bruno.
Ski Mask the Slump God, man.
Right, buddy.
And while Ski didn't really talk the whole podcast, it still gave everyone the question, who the heck is this guy? After this, Ski would drop his first solo project, Drown in Designer, where he got features from X, of course, and people like Lil Pump. And it did pretty good, and that success led him to drop another project, Very Rare Lost Files. And eventually Ski gets so big he gets booked to go on tour. And at one of his shows, he got pretty upset because artists that were smaller than him were getting more time on stage. So he stayed on stage asking to play one more song and he wouldn't get off stage. And this led him to get taken away by security. Him and X were clowning on the guys that was coming on stage after him, which would come back around to Ski because when Ski was at his next concert, he got jumped by those same guys. And luckily for them, X wasn't there, because you know what would happen if X was there. But sometime later, Ski got big enough to sign a record deal for Republic Records, which was a pretty big deal considering all the big artists that are on this label. But what would be an even bigger deal is the fact he would start to work with Lyrical Lemonade on a song titled Catch Me Outside, which is his first song that went super viral. And this is around the same time that him and X would kind of split paths, mainly because Ski didn't want to just be in the shadow of X the whole time, and they just went back and forth. Eventually at Rolling Loud they performed together, and that would be the last time that Ski would see X alive.
Yo, bro. I love you, bro.
I love you too, fam.
I love you, bro.
Even though they weren't getting along at the time, Ski was very hurt by the death of X. Sometime after this, he started collabing with Juice WRLD on an album called Evil Twins, but Juice died before the album was ever finished, so it just never got released. One song they did release though was Nuketown. Nuketown went on an album of Ski's that was pretty popular just by itself, so to say that Juice WRLD was the only reason that this album was popular would just flat out be not true. But let me know what you think in the comments. When it comes to the disappearance of Ski, people want to know what the heck happened to Ski and why isn't he relevant anymore. But the truth is he really just quit uploading. After the death of X and Juice, he just quit making music. There's no real other way to put it. And of course, if you're not making music, you're just gonna slowly fade out of relevance. That's the end of this video, so if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe because I'm a small YouTuber putting out great videos like this. Anyways, that's it. Bye.